This ain't entertainment. This is a move. This is prophecy with a pulse. A soundtrack for the remnant. We don't just make music. We speak fire from the corners of the city to the gates of the kingdom. From survival to revival, from chemo chairs to dry bones rising. Guerrillas Radio ain't just about beats. It's about power. Power to heal. Power to rise. Power to remember who we really are. We're street bred, spirit led, anointed with the oil of war and peace. We don't fold. We don't flinch. We go gangster on fear. We go holy on sickness. We go full of flames for the people of Yah. So if you're tired of dead religion, if you're done with fake healing, if your soul been searching for the real sound of heaven, you just tapped in. This is your Rellis. And this is the sound of faith on fire.
We ain't just surviving, we reviving. From pain to prophecy, from chains to flame. This ain't the old us, this the remnant. And we came to get lit.
We woke up breathing through Babylon smoke. Still got fire in our bones when the system broke. We were sleeping, now we dreaming bold. Remnant rising, our story retold. Tears watered seeds they thought would die. But look now, we reaching sky. Fear had a grip, but we broke that script. Now we walk with power, hearts fully lit. No more dim, no more chill. We burning truth on every hill. Y'all call light, we said yes. Now we shine and shake the red. Get lit, let the fire shake ya. Feel that spark, y'all's breath gon' wake ya. No fear, no chain can break ya. We lit, we loud, no darkness fake us. Get lit, remnant just got born. Roaring bright like the break of dawn. We the light, y'all's people reborn. Hands to the sky, let the spirit crash. From slave fields to concrete ash, through every lash, y'all kept the spark. Now it's wild, holy burning in the dark. We ain't just light, we blazing bold. This that prophecy they tried to hold. Now we heal, speak, cast and lift. This the season y'all's people shift. You can't fake this flame, it's holy born like thunder rolling before the storm. Let the ruach rush and fear submit. Y'all said shine, so we getting lit. Get lit, get lit. Zion's on fire. Burn that doubt, go higher and higher. New heart, new walk, new desire. Y'all's remnant lit, ignite the choir. Get lit, get lit. No shame, no quit. We the flame that fear can't hit. Time to move, time to roar. Y'all open the gate, we live forevermore. To every dry soul, get lit. To the ones who forgot who they are, get lit. To the broken, the chosen, the long awaited, Yah's flame is here. Don't miss it.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome back to Rooted in Hebrew. My name is Mike. And today, we're talking about this positioning of power, world power, that is, the things that's going on in this world. Now, we have heard all of the arrogance and nations. Each nation is spinning its own narrative when it comes to power. China saying they have this, they have that. Russia saying they can do this, they can do that. United States, it's all over the place. with what they claiming they can do. And when I say claiming, now this is all, let's just say, it's like the world don't want this, but the deep world says they do. And this is what we're seeing now. People slinging it around. Oh, I'm so bad, you don't want to touch this. It's just like a rap song. And that's what they're doing. That's how they're living. They're worried about their power and what they can do. And they're hoping in themselves that what they say they can do, that it really, it gets done. Because don't nobody want to end up on the back end. Shabbat Shalom, Brother Dave. I'm glad you came in, brother. As well as you, Sister Van P. Shabbat Shalom. And this is what's happening. There's a position of power. Showing them. I know you brothers are accustomed with playing spades. And that playing to get the books. But why are you playing to get the books? You're still trying to look at or think, if I play this here, this person is going to play that there. What do my partner have? And so it's like, it's a strategy. Playing spades is a strategy, although it can be fun. Now, the majority of the time it is fun, but that's what it is. It's strategy. These people are positioning themselves, making a claim. Now, I'm not saying that they do not, because I don't know these people that's claiming to having what type of power, weapons, or things of that nature that they can do to a country. But this is the talk that's out and about. The media, everything about the media. Oh, it's about to get to pop. It's about to get popping. Oh, we are in so much so and so. I mean, they let the world tell it. The tribulation has already started. Let the world tell it. People say, oh, this World War III is going to be so bad. It's going to be unbelievable. But this is what they're pushing out. This is the devil pushing his narrative. Because truthfully, when it's all over said and done, it's all about fear with him. That's what it's about. It's about fear with him. And so now he is getting himself in a position to have his subjects already in fear. This is that positioning of power, and whatever power he still may have, or for any nation for that matter. But there's one power only the devil knows who's going to rule, who's going to maneuver true power. He knows this, but he's keeping the world from that knowledge of knowing who these people or this creator is. Because we all know, what was it, Isaiah 14:14? He wants to be like the Most High. Shabbat Shalom, Brother Kenneth. I'm glad you made it in, brother. That's what he wants. What he wants is what the Most High has. And you got to be a bold individual to come up against your creator and try to covet it. His power, his creation. Yeah. The devil took a step down a road there's no redemption for. He used his power to put himself on a road to not just destruction. It's just not destruction. This is non-existence. You will not be talked about ever again. Your privilege of living, breathing, one day it's going to stop. This is the position that he chose to come up against his creator. And now, out of his decision, you see in this one, you see a very stressful world. Why? The devil himself is stressful. He's stressed out. He's realizing those days, he has, let's just say, he have less days in front of him. That's something that I would imagine that's something he's thinking about on a daily basis. He knows that one day, all the nonsense that he pushed out is going to come to an end. Now, and with that being said, now, he knows his power is about to diminish, period. But he knows there's a people that, well, truthfully, we have a power. We do. We have a power right as we speak. And when we was not awakened, we was wielding power, and brothers and sisters, we didn't even know it. Although in captivity, we were still wielding power. We didn't know it. We had the power of entertaining. Shabbat Shalom, Sister Angela. I'm glad you came in, sis. We did some of everything without any type of knowledge of who we were or who we are. We made the best of everything to the best of our ability. This is what we did. And truthfully, we're still doing it. But there's another power. We don't have that. Well, I ain't gonna say we don't have it. I can't speak for everybody. But on a, let me see, how can I say, a global scene. No, we don't have that. Shabbat Shalom, Sister Lenya. But the Most High already, what was it? Yahushua said this. You would do greater things. You would do things greater than this. And Yahushua was talking about the resurrection, feeding a whole lot of people and things of that nature. You know, and well, like I stated some months ago, the resurrection for what the disciples did back in those days, I'm quite sure, yes, it was amazing to them. And it will be the same way when it happens in our time. Yeah, the first people to go be shell-shocked is going to be us. We're going to be the first ones shell-shocked off the top. I'm not saying it would not be believable, but we will be like, because we're so accustomed to what? Death, sickness. These are the things that we are accustomed to. But brothers, why do you think you have brothers and sisters that's using this AI videos, positioning themselves, giving you the visual of a brother or sister with this particular power? It's not, what's the word? Some Mickey Mouse dream. That's a reality. That's the beauty of that. Shabbat Shalom, Sister Cynthia. That is a reality. So now the Most High is allowing the world to flaunt their power. You know, you have these different countries have these parades showing their missiles, their tanks, their guns, or technology. Every last one of them is showing the world how they getting down or how they can possibly get down. You, Israel, you showing them from a world standpoint. The world is not looking at these small videos. Oh, they look at them as for what? They just entertaining people. They're not holding to what the scripture says, but his people are. And when he says you're going to do things greater than these, brothers and sisters, what that does, it opens up the imagination of the mind. That's what it does. Shabbat Shalom, Brother Robert. I'm glad you came in, brother. That's what it does. And what what was that dude's name? What was it? J. Hoover. When they asked him that question, and I know I keep going back on this, what is the most dangerous thing for the United States? And he said for Negroes to unite. I don't think they understand. The uniting of us took place by means of an awakening. That's something that they was not going to hinder or stop, for that matter. They couldn't stop it. But they were scared of these individuals. Malcolm X, Medgar Evers, who else? You name one, and they took them out. But they looked at them, the power of their voices was a hindrance to them at that particular time. That's the thing. Shalom, brother, brother, Shabbat Shalom, brother Earl. That's what they was looking at. You're right, brother Dave. Whoa. That right there within itself, brothers and sisters, is a power. That, and now you look at what's going on. You look at all of what's going on. I have never seen so much distraction in my life. Never. Now, they was talking about the things they was doing in Tanzania. You know, they were trying to, shooting people down and everything. Brothers, that nonsense is about to go down here. People, I mean, what? And I'm gonna lay something down to each and every last one of you. If you're a person of color, and you walking down the street, and this car pulls up to the side, and you got some guys getting out with some masks on. Now, if you from the hood, you're going to react before they do. And that's just something within all of us. This stuff, they done took it to a whole nother level. And brothers and sisters, don't get me wrong, we seen this a mile away. We was talking about this stuff years ago. Oh, they're going to use these migrants first. That's just to get to who? And they started messing with us. We seen this. This was, and it does not shock us. And I think the thing that's going to be more shocking to some individuals are the ones they say, hey, I'm an American. I was born here. I am part of this. Teach his own. To each his own. But we seen this. We knew what they were doing. We, brothers and sisters, it ain't the fact that we just sat right here and we go home, we study the nation. We see, we learn, we adapted, and they can't take it. The world cannot take it. And you're right, Brother Dave. Yes, it is absolutely going down. That's the thing. Now, brothers, do you think that Yahusha is going to lie when he says, you're going to do things greater than these? He did not get into it. He did not go down. Are you going to do this? Or you going to be there? No, he said you're going to do things greater than this. And feeding, healing, and raising the dead. Now, hold on to his words. We know for a fact that he's not lying. What they're showing, what they can do, everything they're showing what they can do, brothers and sisters, it has something to do with something that came from the earth. When I say that, I'm talking about metals and I'm talking about pew-pews and ammunition. That's what they're hoping in. That's what this world has gotten itself all geared up for. All right, look here, we need to stock up. We need to stock up this food over here. We need these. We need this here. We need these. This how many bullets we need. We need this particular type of gun. And All of this is what the world is thinking, protecting itself, but at the same time, pushing buttons across the board. Pushing buttons across the board. But they're not paying attention to what the scripture says. When we woke up, no, the scriptures, no, they holding weight. Yahushua said this is going to happen, okay. Do you really believe that Yahushua is going to leave his people in a position where that we can't protect ourselves? Because the moment you see these things that our brothers and sisters want to be doing, the scriptures got to be fulfilled. That's one thing about it. The scriptures got to be fulfilled. That was a prophecy that Yahushua said to the Judah, period. Now, I'm gonna say this now. I don't want to get misunderstood with this. Well, let me just go with it like this. We have been, and still is, the most oppressed people, period. Slavery still exists. You got brothers and sisters locked up, some illegally locked up, some caved into the system and things of that nature when they got into some trouble. All right, fine. But they still maintaining their sinful ways. And I'm talking about the world. That's what I'm talking about. When it comes to Jacob, scripture says, woe to those that rejoices in Jacob's fall. They're still trying to see, hey, how can we make these people fall? Because they know we are money. Sister Cynthia, that crying, sis, it has to, we got, yeah, when it's all over said and done, sister, you're correct. We do. But with the crying, there is a distraction that blocks out the crying. Because what? We may find ourselves, we got so much that we go through. And being in captivity, that's all the devil keeps in front of you. That's it. The distraction, the calling out to the Most High. When you think you're about to call out to the Most High, you look over there, bam. You may have a bill sitting on your table. You're like, man, I ain't got money to pay this bill, but you just got distracted. That's how the devil works. I don't care what he got to use. And he don't care what he got to use to keep you distracted. Because the more Israel fall in line, falling down and crying out to the Most High, the more he hears. And Satan do not want him to turn his head to his people. When you turn his head towards people, he gets hemmed up. That's what he does. The world knows you are the key to the door. Or Satan knows. He knows that you are the key to that door. He knows the love that the Most High has for this people. Went through all these different bloodlines looking for that particular people to represent who? Himself. That's it, brothers. Each and every last one of us are a representation of the Most High. This is the reason why the Most High said, "You must be holy because I am holy." This is the reason why we have so much more tribulation that we got to go through, is because we are a representation of Him. This is that position of power for Jacob. This is the reason why the Most High says He got to weed His people out through this wilderness. This is the reason why He says these things. And whatever that Yahushua suffered on this earth, brothers, we're that generation who've been going through the same thing. Is you want to talk about walking in somebody's footsteps? That's us. For every footstep that Yahushua left on this planet, we walking in it. Hatred, yeah, brother, we can speak about hatred, how people hate on us. We could talk about that till you're blue in the face. We know exactly how Yahushua was feeling. Now, this is the thing now. Yahushua prayed, pleaded over his own people who put him to death. And you go back into Matthew chapter 24. Yahushua had prophesied that your own people will cross you, take you for granted, steal from you, whatever, they're going to do it. So that was a prophecy that we are living right down to this very day. Everything that he talked about. Excuse me. But when it's all over said and done, he said, do not lose courage. That's what he said. No matter what you're going through, he said, do not lose your faith. That's the thing he kept on preaching. It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough on us. And some of us, I ain't going to say some of us, a lot of us, we're going to go through different tribulations. We're going to go through. Brother, if you want to talk about hurting somebody's heart, and maybe I could be kind of biased on this. If you want to hurt somebody's heart, mess with Negroes, or let's just say African Americans. When they're feeling that they're doing right by you, you know, you may be a foreigner, but we know you still family. And that person turns on you. I mean, man, if you ever, that's not a good thing. It's not a good feeling, but that's what happens to us. And brothers, listen to me. I'm not pacifying ourselves. I'm not feeling sorry for ourselves, because Yahushua has already told us we was going to go through these things. Now, yes, you go online, you go see a whole lot of media bliss talking about Africans that don't like African Americans and things of that nature. Now, but then it brings you back to what the Most High said, that there will be no confrontation between Ephraim and Judah. But then you go look at what's going on in the world, you would literally think, no, it's too much nonsense going on. There's a whole lot of friction between Judah and Ephraim. That's what the world would like for us to believe. And for the ones that's woke, we know exactly how the world gets down. They got to bring in that nonsense to keep the division, or at least make a division. What was that? Rwanda. The French went over there and got that nonsense started with the Hutus and the Tutsis and tried to weasel themselves out of it. You're talking about this going into a country and causing nonsense? Who is absolutely the good at doing that? This nation. This is what we see. This is what we have seen. We live, and unfortunately, brothers, and we are in captivity. Yeah, it will serve a purpose for us. That's true. Because what they doing to our brothers and sisters, hey, it be Negro that be speaking about it. But if you're not that controlling mechanism of the media, your words does not necessarily falls on a deaf ear. It's just muffled. That's what the world does. And that's what they're doing right down to this very day. They're muffling us. But the Most High said this: whatever has been done in the darkness shall come to the light. And brothers and sisters, we have so much information out there that was done in the dark, and it's coming to the light, and they can't stomach it. They cannot stomach it. They are up under this assumption: let's start a war. Let's get this stuff popping. I mean, it's like they just lost their mind. And it's all because you woke up, and you woke up to a power. That's the power of speech. And speech, as well as you woke up, we woke up to speech. We woke up to a strong determination. Our awakening was so strong, brothers and sisters. You can put so many different labels on it. It's unbelievable. That's one thing you can do with this awakening. And the good thing about this awakening is this. When did Yahushua start his ministry? He started his ministry roughly early 30s. I was going to say 30, but 30. That's when he started. He understood. He had the maturity to know exactly what he was getting into. Now, you know good and well, Yahushua did not get baptized as an infant. But Christendom, thinking they so holy, and I know Jehovah's Witnesses do this too now, where they don't baptize babies. But if that child is old enough to speak or read a scripture, and that child said, I want to get baptized, Jehovah's Witnesses go in there and dip that child in that water and won't think nothing else about it. But Yahushua, he was mature when he came into the ministry. The Most High woke his people up. Brothers, and I'm going to say it again. When you see these sisters and these brothers, you go see some gray on them. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not pushing down on young people at all. I'm not. But the Most High knew he knew who he was going out there to get. We have that. We have life history. We was these ones. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just ask you, brothers and sisters, when you was coming up in the church or any whatever religion that you may have practiced when you was a child, what was the one thing that kind of kept nudging at you when you was a child and you had a question, but that question was never answered? It was never answered until you got grown. You had a question or you had a thought from what you seen in the churches, and there was something as a child you did not agree with. You pretty much kept it to yourself, because if you want to think, you say, well, I don't believe, you may get a whooping. Because, and we all been there. And so with this awakening, and now when the Most High woke us up, we had an understanding, brothers. And I know the world had to be like this. what just happened? Why are these Negroes dumping churches? Why is it these Negroes, you can't tell them nothing? Why are these Negroes claiming to be Israel? And they standing on it. That's the thing the world did not know, won't. And when we woke up, Satan got upset. He got quite heated because there was nothing he could possibly do. Now he's trying to reintroduce fear into Judah. Yeah, a tad bit too late. We did the fear. We know exactly how we need to move about, how we need to conduct ourselves. We know exactly what's about to happen to this world. You have these countries talking about they want to do invade Greenland. And like I was saying, if you go into the book of Obadiah, yeah, he's walking into a trap. But he's going to do it. However he got to get to wherever he needs to get, he's going to walk into a trap. The scriptures, brothers, has to be fulfilled. That's one thing about it. Hold on just for a moment. Excuse me. Man, I went on a sneezing campaign or something. Good night. But anyway, like I was saying, this system, with this awakening, all of this stuff, and let me matter of fact, let me do this. Let me step back. Let me go back to the situations when it comes to thank you, Sister Cynthia. This rating, because truthfully, that's what it's about. They started off with the immigrants first. And a brother, he said, trust and believe, they're coming for Negroes. And they doing it. And then, truthfully, brother, when it's all over said and done, this is just to irritate us. This is the poking in the eye situation. This is what this is about. Because now, what I am seeing, they're going to poke one time too many. And they're going to get it popped off. But it's not going to go down the way they think it's going to go down. Now, I spoke with other brothers and think, oh, we can't do nothing. We don't have the weaponry like a lot of these other people do. That's that 10 tribes speaking. That's that 10 tribes speaking. Because see, the ones that are fully woke, they seeing things a whole lot different. They doing what Joshua, Caleb, and King David did, what they thought. King David wasn't worried about how tall the man was. He knew it wasn't his strength. That's one thing he knew. It was not him. He knew it was the Most High who was going to take him down. Joshua, Caleb, same thing. They said, hey, who you 10? Who do you think who are you worshiping? Who are you worshiping? Brother, this is the reason why I say don't cut the Most High's hands off. I heard brothers and sisters say, brothers more so, oh, the Most High ain't gonna do that. It's so and so, so and so. You know, he went in and he made use some political things. I was like, dude, are you for real? We cannot cut the Most High's hands off. Good night, brothers. Somebody had you on the. I'm gonna do it this way. I had a site. I had to go and repair this camera, and it was ain't that something? And it was a building downtown Chicago. It was the Trump Towers. And it was brothers, let me tell you something. They said the camera was on a roof. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't have a problem with that. So I gets up to the roof. Now we got to climb. I had to climb some little ladder to get truthfully on the roof. Now my problem was this. I got up there. I didn't see no barrier like a maybe 3-4 foot barrier that keeps you from falling over, brothers. When I say it ended, that was it was just like if you went to the edge, you gonna fall over. And it was windy. I never in my career called up a company and said, whoever you got to install that camera, you need to get that person back out here to repair it. And I left. That's what I did. And so my point of saying it is, if a person wanted to take you to the Trump Tower, you Israel, and cast you over it, and if the Most High deemed it necessary that you just float yourself down, it's going to happen. If he deemed it necessary, what? You flap your arms like a bird and you flying. So be it. Just long as you do not cut his hands off. Things that you think may be impossible are possible because he already said it. With man, it's a joke. But not so with the Most High. The cutting of hands and cutting his hands off as to what he will and won't do, brothers, can get you absolutely hemmed up. Shabbat Shalom, Sister Kathy. Hope all is going well with you and your husband, Brother Galen. I'm glad you came in, sis. This is that moment, brothers. This is that moment. The world it's getting heated. Well, let me take that lie back. It's heated. And like Brother Dave said, it's going down. It is absolutely going down. And like I said, brothers, if you are a person of color and somebody walking up on you with a face mask, I don't care what type of gear you got on. It's like the world is telling you, shoot first, ask question later. And that's the situation that it seems like. But then, hey, the sad thing I hate to see, and I seen two of them. It was black men. One had locks. The other one, his hair was not long at all. But he was, don't touch my so-and-so car. And I'm like, dude, are you joking me? Are you joking me? But at the same time, brothers, did not Yahushua say this was happening? It would happen. Yeah, you're going to have some of us, just like you had brothers. You had black people that are killing their own people in Tanzania. And I heard individuals say, oh, that won't happen here. That won't happen here. That won't happen here. And see, this is the misaligned faith that they have here. They think this place, I'm sorry. Isn't it? But they got my mindset. They got my mind almost saying, I wish it do happen for people just to wake up. They talking about what won't happen here. Oh, it can happen in Africa, or it can happen over there in Iran, but they do not believe that it can happen here. And I'm talking about my own people. Brothers, this is that time. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Now they're talking about they want to get this ICE into other cities and things of that nature. Brothers and sisters, there's a whole lot of pushing going on here. not just domestically, also on an international level. And all of the pushing is coming from one nation. One nation. And it's like they're going to push one time too many and going to get themselves absolutely hemmed up because they have a appropriation of power. All right, yes. If you're accustomed to going over to this country, dropping a few shells or whatever the situation may be, and you find yourself, oh, we took that place over, and you do another one, you do another one, you do another one, until you become known as a world power. Shabbat Shalom, Sister Melody. I'm glad you came in, sis. Then that's what this world is accustomed to. All the technology that has taken off, yes, brothers. That's where their hope is at. That's where their hope is at. They, oh, I did something wrong. What'd I do? They have hope in technology, their weapons and things of that nature. And this is how they're getting down. They're showing themselves and they're showing where their faith lies at. This is a very dangerous situation that we're witnessing right as we speak. Because it appears you're going to get World War III started, and you're going to get something here locally started all at the same time. Because now, brothers, when the scripture says in 1 hour she would be destroyed, when I was a child, and from they was teaching us, I thought maybe that hour could be like, it could be some days, months, maybe even years. Now, brothers, I'm saying that I can see that. I can literally see when the Most High said an hour, I can see an hour now. Destroyed within and on a national level. We talking about a complete obliteration of a nation in a matter of 1 hour. Brothers and sisters, I'm serious. You look at what's going on here domestically. Then you see what's going. You got so many nations that are like got that side eye towards the United States. And then at the same time, we have scriptures. The book of Revelation said, hey, the Babylon is going to be destroyed. What? You have so many different angles, scripturally speaking, that all points back to this place. That's what it has. And we're right in the middle. We are right in the midst of all of this nonsense. We know where it's coming from. What does it say? 50 million? It says it's like 50 million African Americans. And they say, the powers that be says 60% of them are of Israel. That's what they say now. And so 60% is still kind of that's high. Well, brothers, I don't care if it was 10%. The fact you have a remnant, you still got yourself into a very bad situation. You're holding on to somebody you ain't got no business holding on to when it's all over said and done. That's who they're holding on to. They're holding on to a people, and they're hindering a people and leaving them in captivity where they're making money off of them. Brothers and sisters, right as we speak, do you think that you in captivity or they're not making money off of you? Now, I'm gonna jump to the Rev 2939 people. I would play this video, but I know for a fact it's going to no. But I'm gonna tell you the gist of this this interview this guy did with those people, and he and I have always knew this, but what he did, he interviewed some of them. He was saying, "Where do you work at?" And they was telling him what they was explaining that they did this type of work and whatever. But he was saying, but the vast majority of those people lived off of government assistance. They had an average of 7 to 12 kids. Each and every last one of them received government assistance. And I know for a fact that's true. I know the brother that works in that particular neighborhood that consists of those people. And he said, man, Mike, just to see $5,000 or $10,000 a month go to these people from government assistance. He said, I'm gonna take pictures of these checks. And I said, no, don't take no pictures, brother. Getting them, started. He just couldn't believe it. Hey, Brother Dave, this guy has a video. It was another, Caucasian guy interviewing them. A lot of them, and some of them turned their faces away from the camera. But when it's all over said and done, the Most High said, "What was done in the darkness shall come to the light." They've been doing dark work for a long time. The light is shining. Oh, Sister Kathy, what are you talking about, sis? They know the loopholes. And even if they went into and did something illegal, they can get out of it. They can get out of it. They already have those things already in place to get them out of it. Sister Melody, please, sis. I lived in, my son got to be a certain age. I guess now it's about time, I moved up into northern part of Chicago, right? I was on the border of Chicago and Evanston. I was like a block away. But anyway, in that area is where those people live too. And it is, ooh-wee. And you got to ask yourself, I seen there's some of them that are jewelry makers, and make jewelry, but they still get a government assistance. Still get it. This darkness of the nation and the people being even darker than that, this is that time, brothers. This is Isaiah 60 moment. This is that Isaiah 60 moment. And you got to be on your P's and Q's. You got to be. They're darker than the world. This is what the Most High was telling us. And brothers, and the thing, like I said, when things is when you start to see these things, you be like, are you joking me? Because now their actions, the world is being put out there. The media, yeah, they're putting it out there. Y'all doing this over here. You're destroying this land over there. You're claiming you at one time they was talking about they want to take over. They wanted to Uganda. Yeah, how do you think that's going to work? You're talking about a landlocked continent, and you of a pale persuasion. How you think that's going to work? Brothers, you don't find Arabs and Indians too much in a landlocked land on on that continent because they already know. Hey, if anything go down, I need to be able to get up out of here. That's what you would see like northern Africa. Those are all like Arab people up in there. They're always on the edge. Why do you think that they don't know that they need to be on the edge? Shabbat Shalom, Sister Padia. They know, and they know what they're doing is dead wrong. And if you want a people, like brothers, I said this some months ago, if you want a particular people that know who you are, this will be those individuals that call themselves Arabs. They know exactly who you are. I'm not going to say better than you, but they know who you are. They know exactly who you are. And brothers and sisters, when it's all over said and done, I don't care if it's just the Arabs. The world knows who you are. The world knows it. They don't have the distractions that we have. They don't have the struggles that we have. When I say this, brothers, I'm saying in this moment, in this matter, is that we gotta fight, and this is before we woke up. We had to do things a whole lot better. If you were talking about you want to be an astronaut, you had to go beyond the call of duty to get mentioned to be in that position. We just knew we had to work a whole lot harder to get what we wanted to get or do what we wanted to do. We were just not going to go in there like those three sisters and those three sisters. What was it? Hidden Minds? What was the name of the movie? Hidden Figures. Went in there and did what they did. And brothers, if you ever seen that movie, each and every last one of you can relate to it. Each and every last one of us can relate to those three sisters. Man, woman, child, you're going to be able to relate. You're going to understand their struggles, their frustration. The mother, the one sister who had the two kids, the two boys, and she had to keep their minds sharp and letting them know how strong and how powerful they were, or they, at that time. And so we can relate to it. But truthfully, brothers, I kid you not. I didn't even know anything of that situation when it came to those three sisters until it came to the movies. I did not know anything about Vivian. What was his name? I forgot his last name, but what's that sister, that woman's name? There was this movie called Something the Lord Made. And it was about this brother who wanted to become a heart surgeon. And brothers, let me tell you something. All of the distractions, all of the mishaps that he went through, you can relate to him. Everything was a stumbling block. But he kept on. Until eventually, he was grandfathered in as a heart surgeon. The first Black heart surgeon. And he got it. The man who's supposed to be teaching him, truthfully, brothers, when it's all over said and done, he taught the doctor how to do an open heart surgery to save the Gentiles' kids. Because they had a condition. And if you, like I said, the name of the movie is called Something the Lord Made. Mos Def was he was portraying this brother. And not Vivian Fox. What's that woman's name? Gabrielle Union. She played his wife. It's a very good movie. But if you look at these movies, brothers, no, Sister Melody, It wasn't, well, I mean, I know the title of this one here. That may be the same one, because in the movie, they was talking about, because he was doing a surgery. He was doing surgery with his eyes closed. He just felt around and he knew what he needed to do. He cut, stitch, boom, he was done. The Most High allowed all of the blockage because he did not want us to get accustomed to captivity. He allowed it. And he's still allowing it right down to this very day. He knows exactly where his people will eventually be. And me, myself, brothers and sisters, I think that's going to be very soon. It's going to be very soon. There's too much going on right now. All it takes is one needle to break that camel's back. That's going to be it. That's the thing. And this is where we are literally standing in. We're witnessing how can I put this? I'm not going to say, well, it is going to be major. It's going to be major. It's like the world is gearing itself up for a catastrophe that it has never seen before. Oh yeah, it's going to be a tribulation. When it's all over said and done, it's going to be great. That's going to be, but that's one, brothers, and also on that note, that's the mention of a tribulation should not invoke in us fear. It should not do that. It should not do that. It shouldn't do that. Sister Melody. Now, well, you know what, sister, I'm glad you said that, Sister Melody. Cuba Gooding Jr., he did play a movie like that in that. Oh yeah, that's right, because he played Ben Carson. That's right. But this one here is called Something the Lord Made. It's like an HBO movie. And most deaf, like I said, he betrayed the doctor in the movie. He did, man. For me, just to step off just for a moment on Most Deaf. That man, that brother, he was an up and coming actor, because he started off as a rapper. But if you go back and you look at some of his movies, 16 Blocks, him and what's that guy's name? He's very sick now. What's that dude's name? I forgot the man's name, but he played in this movie called 16 Blocks, Something the Lord Made. The brother he has a talent, but he got blacklisted. He knows who we are, because at one moment, now if I'm not mistaken, he's still living in where he didn't get into no trouble. They brought trouble to him in South Africa, and the government told him he had to leave. But it was a backing of this country, and it was the Rev 2939 people who did all of the string pulling. And just what they're doing right down to this very day, if you're not playing ball with them, they pull strings. They pull strings. Brothers, this is their positioning of power. Now, they have a lot of our people in these positions, making millions, making music, making movies and things of that nature. But the moment they feel that you're out of place, they go into their little pouch and pull out their little sprinkles of sprinkled dust and throw curses out. That's what they do. This is the reason why the Most High said, get out of her. And that goes across the board, from the very least of his people to the most prominent of his people. The Most High is saying, get out. The Most High don't care if you're making millions of dollars. He don't. But when you wake up and you understand, oh, there's something that needs to be done, you need to get to moving. Most High says, do this, you need to change lanes. This is what's happening. We are literally witnessing Israel going. The Most High being over his people once again. That's what we're witnessing. They don't want it. You're also witnessing a people that's coming on the world scene. Because trust and believe, brothers and sisters, we can talk about it until we blue in the face and things of that nature. Yes, we're going to have our own currency. It's going to happen. The Most High is not going to tell you get out of Babylon and then get you hemmed up. The Most High, you come out. We will be about our business. They have their God and you have your creator. This is what it's boiling down to. And only out of those two, there's a creator and there's a God. There's going to be a battle. One going to lose, one going to win. Both got people. This is where we are standing right as we speak. And we cannot be dibbling and dabbling in Babylon, because those days of old, of what our forefathers did, we know, brothers, if you want to talk about the people that know better, that's going to be us. Now, if you want to talk about a people that thinking that we can all just get along, please don't get yourself hemmed up. When the Most High says separate yourself, he means separate yourself. Brothers, and granted, yeah, we're in captivity. I get it. But mentally and physically, we need to be separate from it. We do what we can do. The Most High knows exactly what the position that we are in. But when that time comes, we should be strong enough, brothers. Bam, we can just, at the drop of a dime, drop it, boom, and keep it moving. You know, you're right, Sister Melody. You can't play with him. Although you have more power than him, let's not misunderstand that. That's one thing he do not want you to know. You have more power than he do. He have more tricks. You have more power. When you believe in the Most High, and you know that, like David, please, my power comes from Yahuwah through Yahusha down to me. And you tell, get behind me, Satan. He drops his head and he gets behind you because he understands where that power is coming from. He don't want you to understand that. He wants you to live in fear. That's what he wants. If you live in fear, you're not going to trust Yahusha, and you're most definitely not going to trust the Most High. You can sit here and yell, oh, I believe, I can believe. Get up there, yell, jump up and down and all that. He knows for a fact, I got this guy acting foolish. That's how the devil gets down. He has the blinders on individuals. But he understands his power is weakening with this awakening. That's one thing he do understand. He knows that. And he knows from an old man down to a small child. Brothers, there's this video of this little young sister. This sister, she has to be like 7, 8 years old. 7, 8 years old. And this little sister, it's like 2 or 3 videos. this little sister is playing with hummingbirds. I mean, the hummingbirds are like feeding out of her hands. They just come, zoom, 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 and the brother was just so blown by he recorded it. But brothers, this is the thing. Attribute the power to that sister for that little young sister. Now you think, and let's do this here now. See now what they doing, bro. Let me stick with this point first. Then I'm gonna jump over to this here. This little sister has a power with hummingbirds. All right, hummingbirds. I'm gonna tell you what the world has took that, flipped it against us. Marvel, this cartoon, and it was who was that dude's name? It was Magneto. He had a little girl in this movie, and this little girl, she had powers of that. All the animals came to her because she had one of the most calming spirits. With the animals, they didn't see no type of evil in her until the government came, grabbed a hold of him, Magneto, and when she was seeing what was happening, and she didn't like it. Now the birds, all the animals came, and they brought some anger with them. This is the movie now. And so now these policemen, they got nervous. They started seeing all these animals and the birds and everything because of this power of this child. The thing about it, brother, what I'm saying is this. They flipped everything on us. See now, that little sister, yes, she just might see something that she don't like, or it's going to scare her. And I'm just saying, brothers, this can be a possibility. Because the way the world is getting down, like Brother Dave said, is going down. You just may see brothers and sisters out of, it could be a measure of fear or a measure of anger that's going to waken those powers up. I'm a firm believer of that. That's what we just may see. The scriptures got to be fulfilled. The scriptures must be fulfilled. If it means, this is what the Most High said, save my people this way then. So be it. These days, brothers, and what these people are doing, they're darker than the world. They're doing some heinous things. They have done some heinous things. And the more the demon activity heightens, the more depraved people get. When it came to those two brothers, those two twin brothers, it take a certain type of hatred to put something like that together, to make like they shot one another. I mean, you have to have some, you literally have to be sitting at the table with the devil, and the devil is telling you exactly what you need to do. That's just one instance. But when you can sit here or sit there and imagine yourself doing something to an individual, whether it takes his life or take their innocence, you're sitting down at the table with the devil. And you're going to stand before that judgment seat of the Most High. And see, we can sit up here and talk that dumb stuff. Oh, if I got to give my life up, I'll give it up. Man, get up out of here with talking all that dumb stuff. Because when you before that judgment seat, you're just speaking for the little meager life that you have. But when the Most High spoke, when Moses was leading the Israelites, and the Most High spoke, Israel complained to Moses, Moses, you talk to us, not the Most High. The Most High voice had them in fear. That's where he had them. And the way the world is getting down, brothers and sisters, please. Satan is literally telling the world, you can say what you want to say and things of that nature. And you got some people just out here just being downright blasphemy towards the Most High. But that's the devil's hatred. He has nothing to live for. Period. Now, the spiritual realm, Sister Melody, please. No, they don't understand that. And brothers and sisters, when I speak about these things, somebody taking somebody and throwing you off a building, and if the Most High deemed that you grow wings or whatever, brothers and sisters, I'm talking about a reality when it comes to the Most High. I'm not talking about man at all. We're talking about the Most High. And if you believe that, trust and believe, that strength of belief, it's going to hold volumes with the Most High. When you believe in the Most High, you have life from the Most High. If you don't believe, you just may go splat on the concrete. But I'm not going to say don't put yourself in that compromising position, because the Most High is not the one you want to mock. You walk to the edge of a building. I believe the Most High going to save me. You jump. Man, you must be crazy. You don't put the Most High to the test. But when you've been put or forced into a position, the Most High knows your faith. He knows where he knows this is not his strength. He knows who I am. That's what the Most High is looking for. David set the example. Yahushua set the example. Moses set the example. And other prophets and people in the Bible set the same example of faith. And this is what we need to be doing right down to this very day. The cutting off of his hands, brothers and sisters, you would not have a position if you cut off the Most High's hands. Yahushua he said, all things with man, it is absolutely impossible. If you're trusting in man, he was like, you already dead in the water. You're a drifting stick. But he said, not so with the Most High. He said, not so with the Most High, letting you know that there is nothing that the Most High cannot do to save his people, to heal his people. That's what he was saying. And this is the belief that we need to be maintaining. Brother, you may be laying up in the bed right now, battling some type of cold or some sickness. Some sickness. Brothers and sisters, listen to me. The power of life and death is in your tongue. If you land up in that bed, you saying, eventually I'm going to die. Brothers and sisters, trust and believe you're going to die. But the more you tell yourself in Yahushua's name, I speak life over myself. Believe it. Believe it. You just may go through your whole life with that sickness or whatever, and you still living. Because you speak in something, brothers, that has power, that has weight. Yahushua already said it's in your bones. But if you believe it, you speak it. If you don't, shut up. This is what he's telling us. And especially in this time in which we're living in, believing it's going to save us. It's going to save us. The more we keep on talking about, oh, no, this so and so, brothers, I'm telling, Yahushua is already he has already told you, hey, these are the signs of the last days. And with that, you have this type of power in your bones. You have the power to speak life and death. That's what you have. Now, if you don't want to believe it, and if you are a person who has an issue with believing, but you believe a measure, but you may have that Thomas spirit. Pray to the Most High. Talk with him. He'll talk back here. He will let you know. He will. He's not going to leave you in destitute. Those days are gone. We are in a whole different arena right now. This is what let's call it a pre-tribulation moment. That's what we have. The Most High said that Jacob is going to be saved out of it. That's a prophecy, brothers. That's an exodus within a tribulation. Let me go back. That's a greater exodus within the great tribulation. Now you let that sink in. Two prophecies happen all at the same time. And that's just two. The Most High, he's showing up for his people. And like some people say, individuals show up and they show out. the Most High is going to show his power for his people and for the nations to know, to put a stamp on it. Yeah, these are my people. How do you think, Israel? The Most High is going to put us back in our land. And he said, nobody will make us tremble. Somewhere he's going to put that foot down where the nation is going to know exactly who you are and who they need not mess with. Because right now, truthfully, what the Most High told them, scripturally speaking, touch not my anointing. And what did they do? They went down and just slapped them across the head, stumped them in the back, hung them from trees, set them aflame. This is what the world did. Now there's a different era. The world is going to recognize who his people are and who not to touch. That's this moment. They will have that knowledge of who we are. Sister Melody, hold on. Oh, let me do it this way. There you go. That's the beauty of it, sister. And that's what we speak a whole lot of stuff. But speaking blessings over yourself, speaking life over yourself and others too. Brothers, I know it may appear to be absolutely impossible because you're saying in your mind, everybody dies. Oh, but let me say this now. If you are believing Matthew chapter 24, it ain't just talking about brothers and sisters, going at each other's neck and whatever. It's just not about that. But Yahushua also said, those that are living during that time will not die until they see the Son of Man coming in his glory. Now, you let that sink in. This is the reason why it is absolutely important to speak life on yourself, for your brothers, for your people. And brothers, and like I said, y'all know I'm going to go right back to it when it comes to the negative speech. And that is the 90s. We have a witness. We have the actions. We have the action of our brothers. And I'm going to stick with the brothers first. Of the brothers, how they was cursing our sisters. And how that curse affected not just the brothers, it affected the sisters as well. No, it affected the sisters and the brothers. So we've seen the negative speech that we did bring out against one another. We've seen the negative thing. Oh, you want to talk about the 90s was the time of, oh, drive-bys, please. Drugs, huh. Drug dealers, that was the 90s. If you want to talk about a people that curse themselves, we have to hold our hands up because we're the same individuals back in the 90s. The Most High woke up. Now the brothers in their 50s, late 40s, up to near 70s. This is who the Most High woke up. Those that has that experience, who seen the curses of the tongue that we put up on one another. Now, brothers, we're seeing Matthew chapter 24 alive and kicking. Now we have the opportunity to flip our tongue and speak blessings over everyone. That's what we have right in front of us. Now, if you're going to believe that we did those things back in the 90s and we've seen the curses, what makes you think that you don't have the blessing in front of you? All you got to do is speak it. That's all we have to do is speak it. Yeah, we're going to still experience death, sickness. Brothers, truthfully, death and sickness still a distraction. You must maintain your faith in the Most High. If you want the Most High heart to flutter, maintain your faith in the Most High. This is what he has always been getting at when it came to Israel. Our forefathers went down the road. Our forefathers went down a road that led to us. That's exactly what it did. And when they uttered those words, when they was impaling Yahusha, and they say impale him because all of the curses will come down on our kids. Oh, they hemmed us up. Here we are. We're those kids. Our descendants, rather. We're the descendants of them. They do not understand what they put us in. Deuteronomy at 70 CE, or not Deuteronomy, Genesis 15, that was upon us. It still took some time for it to get down to us. Hey, but then we're the generation that is praying to the Most High and asking for forgiveness, because when it's all over said and done with what we did, we took his love for granted. We took his love for granted. That's what we did. And if you want to talk about the Most High being regretful, it's in the scriptures. He felt a great deal of regretful that he made man. Now, this is before our time. Now, but the Most High still being the loyal creator that he is, he sees Abraham. Told Abraham, amen. Whew, I love you. You're my friend. I'm going to bless any and everything about you. Now, if you take what happened during I'm going to say Noah's days, when the Most High, he felt hurt to his heart, how his creation just went out of control. He was hurt. And he said he regretted that he created man. Now you let that sink in. You're talking about the creator who's giving you life who's giving you life right as we speak. This is how he felt from his heart of what man did. They took his love for granted. And any one of you knows exactly how that feels. You know for a fact how it feels for someone to take your love for granted. All right, apply it to the Most High. But now, let's go a little bit deeper, though. Let's go a little bit deeper. When the Most High, out of all people on this planet Earth, he went through the bloodline of Abraham, and he pulled out a people for his own name. Out of all the people on this planet Earth, He pulled out Sister Melody, Sister Kathy, Sister Patty, Brother Kenneth, Brother Dave. This is who he pulled out. And he said, you must be holy because I am holy. But that bloodline kept on going down, you know. The Most High was guiding his people. He was guiding his people. They was going down a road. They ain't had no business going down. We went down that road. Went down that road. Truthfully, brothers, if the Most High was not the loyal person that he is, we will all be damned and destroyed. That's who we will be. A people he chose. And they went down this road and they never thought about coming back to me. This is what the Most High did. It got so bad to Judah, took his only begotten son's life. Yahushua said, please forgive them. They do not know what they're doing. And all of this started thousands of years before Yahushua even existed, but came to this earth. When the Most High said, do not be like the nations. That's how it got started. Now, as time goes on, we was on a rocky road. But due to his loyalty to his people, to Abraham, to the covenant, to his own namesake, I'm going to redeem my people. And redeeming is what he's doing right as we speak. He turned us around. He woke us up. We had to get to a point, brothers. We had to get to a point of the dry bones. And we was bone dry. That's who we were. Bone dry. You touch a bone, boom, it turned into dust. That's who we were. Bone dry, not knowing where we was going, trying to figure out why we got to work so hard and everybody else just going by with a breeze, but not you. If you breathe, then you have to breathe 3 times harder just to live. The nations, they just breathe. This is what happened with us. But the Most High, from his loyalty, his love for his people, opened up that door and he stated, let these dry bones rise. We woke up and the road that we was on, brothers, the road that we was on with this awakening, we changed lanes so quick it wasn't even funny. We changed lanes. If you want to talk about a U-turn looking pretty, brothers and sisters, y'all remember back in the days when people used to drive their cars and they used their one finger to turn their steering wheel? That's that moment. That's that moment. We're using that one finger to make that U-turn in the road. Now we realize we was on the wrong road. And the world can't stand it. They cannot stand it. We're making U-turns daily. You want to talk about this awakening, brothers? The churches is near about empty. The churches are near about empty because we woke up. We made that U-turn. And this is what the Most High always wanted to see. And we're not just making a U-turn just for ourselves individually. We're making a U-turn for the whole nation of Israel. And we're talking about ones who are not even living right down to this very day. This is what we're doing. This is a life nation-saving moment. Out of all the stuff that we have went through, this one action could possibly be saving millions, billions. Because when we pray, we ask for forgiveness of our sins and that of our forefathers. This is what we are doing right down to this very day. That's that power of prayer, the power of speech that's already within you. This is what the Most High has always asked of us. Believe in him. Trust him. Because when it's all over said and done, the world is going to get down the way the world is going to get down. Hashatan, he wants his time in the limelight. And this is what this is about. It's about him be able to stand before the world. That's what he wants. He wants to be seen with the drop top down. He wants to be able to cruise through a system where everybody knows you're worshiping me. That's what he wants. And however that he needs to go about doing it, he's going to do it. He's understanding. Judah is about to come out of captivity. I need some bodies. That's what the devil needs. That's what he wants. That's what he desires. You, brothers and sisters, all of us, we are on a whole different plateau. We may be right now using funds from captivity, but when it gets to popping, we're gonna be in a world of our own. They understand it. Even the flesh understands that. The Gentiles understands that. There was what's that brother's name? I forgot his name, but he made a video of it, and he was depicting the the Exodus. And the people were saying, if these people get back to their continent, it's all over. Game over. Brothers, I was saying that if you just take the 14% of African Americans and you put them back, game is already over. It's done. It is. You're talking about a smaller number than the remnant. That's what you're talking about. That little, brothers, call it a dot. Call it a dot. That little dot of African Americans put on this continent. Let them go and let them loose and go do business. Let them loose and go do inventions. Let them loose and do sports. Let them loose and make movies. We will be the virus that the world will never be able to contain. That's who we are. It ain't the fact of who we will be. That's who we are. And this is the danger that the world knows. These Negroes cannot leave this captivity. One brother said, yeah, they will kick you out. I don't know about that, brothers. Even though they're doing what they're doing. And truthfully, like I said, I think it's just a poking in the eye. They just poking. And eventually they're going to get backhand. That's what's going to happen. Now, but hey, if they deem it, we're going to kick these people out. You can be the fool if you want to. This world can be that foolish if it want to, because Israel is not going to sit there and try to reason with captivity. At least I hope not. We're not going to. No, because hey, our forefathers, when they thought things was rough, they complained against Moses, but truthfully, they was complaining against the Most High. And brothers and sisters, the last thing we need to be having is this: the powers that the Most High said that we're going to have and that we're going to be using. And for us to have these powers, to witness these powers, and to, at the same time, complain about something that our forefathers complained about, brothers, that can be very detrimental. Of course, now you witnessing the power that the Most High said He's going to put in His people, and then we turn back around and complain about something. I gotta walk. Let's just say, I gotta walk and go get some water, and you complaining about walking to get some water, and you got this particular gift or power or something, brothers, that can get you absolutely hemmed up with the Most High. That's what it can do. It can get you hemmed up with the Most High. Because we want to be mindful. At this particular time, brothers, I will say I'm just hoping and praying that we really be on point. But there's a reason why the Most High said that He had to weed out individual from amongst His people. Because I mean, hey, some individuals may appear to rub off the spirit of Babylon, but then only to be put into the wilderness. When I say wilderness, brothers, I'm not speaking that everything is going to be a struggle. Or if it is going to be a struggle, trust and believe. We should be brothers and sisters. When I say we should be okay with a struggle, brothers, we came from a struggle. If you're going into the wilderness and things of that nature, I don't think that wilderness is going to be this wilderness is going to be like what we and our forefathers went through. That's just me now. That's just me. But I think it's going to be more so about being thankful and faithful to the Most High. That's what I think the wilderness is going to be about. Because truthfully, if you have to look at the first, there was complaining against the Most High. Truthfully, brothers, water. He saved you. Do you really? But all we got to do is a little. We got to think a little bit further down the road. You think He's going to put you in the wilderness and let you starve? If you haven't eaten in 40 days and you're in the wilderness, consider it a blessing. You still living. How in the world you still living? It's by the mighty hand of the Most High. These are the mindset, the thoughts I will believe that we need to maintain towards the Most High. It's easy to dig into your flesh and get yourself hemmed up. It's very easy to do that. But this is just my encouragement. Always think ahead and know what you're thinking about, because you have that ability to choose what you want to think about. Period. You still have free will. Do not let your free will get you hemmed up, that your free will be taken from you. That's just my encouragement. The days that we're about to see, brothers, they're going to be thought-provoking. This tribulation is going to be great. But fear is something that we do not need to be entertaining. Brothers, we done went through it. We done went through a tribulation. We're going through we're going to be saved out of the world's time of judgment, which is a tribulation. This is what the world is about to go through. And in closing, brothers, let me go ahead and do this one here. Let me do this here. Hold on. And this is one of the songs. Before I close out, this tribulation will be great.
Moshe said, there shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. No, nor ever shall be. Matthew 24:21. And the beast shall rise from the sea. The earth will marvel, the wicked will bow, but the chosen will stand. I see the image of the beast rise high. Crowns of blasphemy touch the sky. Power from the dragon deceiving men. They worship gold, they trust in sin. Oh, the mark in us to move the land. Buying and selling, controlling change, but Yah's word forever reigns. Yes, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. This tribulation will be great, but we shall stand in Yah's grace. Hey. Through the fire we won't break, for his name is our escape. Ooh, hey. Set apart from Babylon's ways, come out my people, obey, for the Lamb is our light and our gate. This tribulation will be great. False prophets speak smooth and lies, but their tongues are flames that die. The nations rage, the kings conspire, but Yah will strike holy fire. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. So look for peace among your brothers, love one another, lift each other, hold fast the truth, forsake deceit, for Yah's word makes us complete. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins. Come out of her, my people, then that ye receive not of her plagues. Oh, flee the idols, flee the faith. Yeah, Babylon burns in her shade. Yeah, judgment falls, that doesn't shake. Only the righteous shall awake. For the day of Yah is near, and it is darkness and not light. This tribulation will be great, but Yah is mighty to save. Oh, when the earthquakes and kingdoms fade, his word remains, he paves the way. Lift your eyes, don't faint or sway, for redemption draws near today. Seal your heart in Yah's name. This tribulation will be great. And I saw heaven opened, and behold a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. He comes with clouds, with power and flame, to break the beast and judge the slain. Every knee shall bow and every tongue confess, Yahushua reigns in righteousness. This tribulation will be great, but the righteous shall elevate. Through trial and storm we'll celebrate, for Yah our King will vindicate. No fear, no shame, no gate can bind his chosen seals. His glory shines. He is life, the truth, the way. This tribulation will be great. Behold, darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But Yah shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. Isaiah 60. Stand firm in faith, for this tribulation shall be great, but so shall be my deliverance. Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry about that. I just noticed why I put it in the chat was a video playing in the video. I'm seeing the thing in the bottom of the screen. I'm like, wait a minute, this thing ain't. I was like, man, and the song was almost over with. But I'm sorry about that. I gotta figure out what's going on with this stuff. But hold on. But brothers, this is just my encouragement. We're seeing a whole lot of stuff happening, and let us not give up. Always maintain our faith in the Most High and continue to pray for one another. And let us, I'm serious when I say this, speak things that's going to bless yourself, your family, and your brothers. Let's put this blessing back upon us. And with that, brothers and sisters, you all be safe out there. Shalom.